Everything she has today was built on my sacrifices, but she never once said my name. I remember the first time she held my finger, so tiny, so fragile. Her grip was weak, but I promised myself I would be strong enough for both of us. Back then, I thought motherhood was about love. I didn't know it was also about disappearing. My name is Savitri, though to most people now, I am nobody. But once, I was everything. Her father left when she was just 3. No warning, no explanation. One morning, his side of the bed was cold, and his suitcase was gone. All that remained was silence, and a crying child who kept asking, "Where did Papa go?" I never had an answer, so I became both. I worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3. In the mornings, I cleaned houses. Afternoons, I stitched clothes for neighbors. Nights, I packed snacks in a small factory where the smell of oil clung to my skin no matter how much I washed. I barely slept, but I never let her see that. To her, I was always smiling. "Ma, why are your hands so rough?" she once asked, tracing the cracks on my fingers. "Because they hold your dreams," I told her. She laughed. She believed me, and I believed in her. Her name is Ria. Bright, sharp, ambitious. Even as a child, she wasn't like others. While kids played outside, she sat with her books, scribbling, reading, asking questions I didn't always understand. I didn't know much about studies. I had left school after class 5. But I knew one thing: my daughter would not live my life. So I made sure of it. I sold my wedding bangles to pay her school fees when they increased. I lied to her when there was no food, saying I had already eaten. I walked miles to save bus fare so she could have new books. Every sacrifice felt small when I saw her smile. Years passed, and she grew. She topped her school, then college. Then she got into a prestigious business program in the city. I still remember that day. "Ma, I got in," she screamed, running into my arms. I held her tightly, but my heart trembled. The fees were more than I had ever seen in my life. But I didn't tell her that. "How will we manage?" she asked, her voice suddenly unsure. I cupped her face. "We will," I said. "We always do." And I meant it. I mortgaged the house. That little house. The one her father left behind. The one filled with memories. The one place where I still felt safe. Gone. Just like that. But I told no one. Not even her. In the city, everything changed for her. New friends. New clothes. A new way of speaking. She started correcting my words when we talked on the phone. "Ma, it's not office work, it's corporate work," she would say. I would laugh. "Same thing, no." "No, Ma. It's different." Different. That word slowly built a wall between us. At first, she called every day. Then once a week. Then, only when she needed something. "Ma, I need money for a project." "Ma, I need a laptop." "Ma, there's a trip." Each time, I said yes. Each time, I found a way. Even when there was nothing left to give. I started working longer hours. My body began to ache in ways I couldn't explain. My back felt like it was breaking, my eyes burned, but I kept going. Because she was close to something big. I could feel it. And I was right. After graduation, she got a job in a big company. A very big one. The kind you see on television. I remember sitting in our neighbor's house, watching her on the news for the first time. She was standing in a formal suit, speaking confidently, her hair neatly tied. "She is my daughter," I whispered, tears filling my eyes. The neighbors clapped. I felt proud. So proud. But something felt strange. As she spoke about her journey, her struggles, her success, she never mentioned me. Not once. I told myself it didn't matter. Maybe there wasn't enough time. Maybe they edited it out. Yes, that must be it. I convinced myself. Because the truth felt too heavy. Days later, she came home. Not to stay, just to visit. She walked in like a guest. Not like my little girl who used to run into my arms. "Ma," she said, giving me a quick hug. "You've lost weight," she added, glancing at me briefly. "And you've become very big," I said, smiling. She laughed. "Of course. That's the goal." We sat together, but something was missing. Comfort. Warmth. Connection. She spent most of her time on her phone, taking calls, typing messages, talking about meetings and deals I didn't understand. "Ma, you should see my office. It's huge," she said. "I would love to," I replied. She hesitated. "It's not really a place for you," she said casually. "Not a place for me." Those words stayed. That night, as she slept, I watched her face. The same face I had kissed 1,000 times. The same girl I had carried through storms. Now, she felt like a stranger. The next morning, she left early. No breakfast. No goodbye hug. Just a quick, "I'll call you." The door closed. And the house felt emptier than ever. I sat down slowly, my hands trembling. Something had changed. Not suddenly, not loudly, but deeply. And for the first time, a question crept into my heart. Had I built her life, only to be erased from it? I didn't realize when the silence began to grow louder than her voice. At first, I told myself she was busy. Important people have important lives, don't they? Meetings, deadlines, responsibilities. I had once prayed for this life for her. So how could I complain when she finally had it? But silence has a way of revealing truths we try to ignore. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Her calls became shorter, then rarer, then almost nothing. Sometimes I would sit near the phone for hours, just staring at it, as if my looking would make it ring. Foolish, I know. But when you spend your whole life waiting for someone, hope becomes a habit. One evening, our neighbor's son came running. "Auntie! Auntie! Come quickly!" he shouted. "What happened?" I asked, my heart suddenly racing. "Ria Didi is on TV again." My hands trembled as I followed him. We gathered around the television, just like before. But this time, something felt different. I don't know why. Maybe it was the way my chest felt tight, or the strange fear creeping into my bones. And then, I saw her. She looked powerful, confident, unrecognizable. She was standing on a stage, receiving an award. The audience clapped loudly as someone handed her a shining trophy. Riya Sharma, the host announced proudly, a self-made woman who built her empire from nothing. Self-made. Those words echoed in my ears. From nothing. I leaned closer to the screen, as if I had misheard. She took the microphone, smiling gracefully. "This journey hasn't been easy," she began. "There were struggles, sacrifices, but I believed in myself. I worked hard, stayed focused, and never depended on anyone. Never depended on anyone." My fingers tightened around the edge of the chair. "I want to thank everyone who supported me professionally," she continued. "My mentors, my team. They are my real strength." The speech ended. The applause roared. But all I heard was the absence. No Ma. No, my mother. No acknowledgement of the woman who gave up everything so she could stand there. The room around me faded. "Auntie, isn't she amazing?" someone said excitedly. I forced a smile. "Yes, she is," I whispered. But inside, something cracked. That night, I couldn't sleep. Her words kept repeating in my head. Self-made. Never depended on anyone. Was I no one? Was everything I did nothing? I got up quietly and opened the old wooden box under my bed. Inside were memories. Her first school certificate. The tiny shoes she wore as a child. A broken hairclip she once cried over. And beneath everything, a small bundle of papers. Loan receipts. Mortgage documents. Bills I had paid with borrowed money. Proof of a life spent building hers. My hands shook as I held them. Not because I wanted recognition. Not because I wanted applause. But because I wanted to matter. Just once. The next day, I decided to call her. My fingers hovered over the numbers for a long time before I finally pressed them. It rang. Once. Twice. Then. "Ma, I'm in a meeting," she said quickly. "Can I call you later?" Her voice sounded distant. Professional. Like I was just another interruption. "I just wanted to," I began. "I'll call you later, okay?" She cut in. The line disconnected. I stared at the phone. Later never came. Days passed again. But this time, something inside me had changed. I stopped waiting near the phone. I stopped telling people proudly about her. Not because I wasn't proud, but because it hurt. It hurt to celebrate someone who had quietly erased you from their story. One afternoon, I received an invitation. A formal one. Printed on thick paper. Grand opening, Sharma Enterprises headquarters. Her company. Her name. Her success. And at the bottom, in elegant letters. Founder and CEO, Riya Sharma. No mention of family. No mention of roots. Just her. Alone. For a moment, I thought of not going. What place did I have there? But then, something deep inside me spoke. Not anger. Not pride. But truth. I needed to see. I needed to understand. So I wore my best sari, the one I had saved for special occasions. It was old, slightly faded, but clean. I tied my hair neatly, adjusted my pallu, and looked at myself in the mirror. "You are her mother," I whispered. "Don't forget that." The building was enormous. Glass walls, shining floors, people dressed in expensive clothes walking in and out confidently. I hesitated at the entrance. For a moment, I felt small, out of place. But I stepped inside anyway, because I had every right to be there. Inside, everything sparkled. Lights, decorations, cameras. And then I saw her, standing in the center, surrounded by important people, laughing, shaking hands, living a life I had only dreamed of for her. My heart filled with pride and pain. I walked slowly toward her. Every step felt heavy, as if I was walking not just across a room, but across years of silence. When I finally reached close enough, I called softly, "Ria." She turned. Our eyes met. For a brief second, I saw something flicker in her expression. Surprise. Then, something else. Something colder. Something I didn't recognize. "Ma, you came," she said. Not happily, not warmly, just acknowledging. "Yes," I replied gently. "I wanted to see your world." She glanced around, then back at me. "You should have told me earlier," she said in a low voice. "I would have arranged something." Arranged something. As if I needed permission. "I got the invitation," I said. "It was sent to everyone," she replied quickly. "Everyone." I nodded slowly. Before I could say anything else, a man in a suit approached her. "Ria, the media is ready for your speech." She smiled at him, then turned to me. "I'll talk to you later," she said. Later. That word again. She walked away before I could respond. I stood there, alone in a room full of people, watching her step onto the stage, watching her become someone the world admired, and I no longer recognized. As she took the microphone, my heart began to race. Because this time, I wasn't just listening as a proud mother. I was listening as someone who had been erased. And somewhere deep inside, a question burned. Would she finally tell the truth? Or would I remain invisible? Forever? My heart pounded as she stood there, under the bright lights, holding the microphone like she owned the world. Maybe she did. The room fell silent. Every eye was on her. And mine was searching her face for something, anything that still belonged to me. She smiled. Confident. Composed. Perfect. "Thank you all for being here today," she began, her voice steady, practiced. "This moment, this company, this journey, it means everything to me." The audience nodded, captivated. "And as I stand here today," she continued, "I'm reminded of the years of hard work, sleepless nights, and the determination it took to build something from the ground up." From the ground up. Again. My fingers tightened around the edge of my sari. The same words. The same story. A story where I did not exist. I felt something rise in my chest. Not anger, not exactly, but something heavier. Truth. She went on, thanking her team, her mentors, her investors. Names flowed effortlessly from her lips. People clapped, smiled, admired her. And I stood there, like a shadow in a room full of light. For a moment, I thought of leaving, quietly, just turning around and walking out the same way I had come in, unnoticed, unacknowledged. After all, I had done that my whole life, hadn't I? Given silently, loved silently, sacrificed silently. But just as I turned slightly, something stopped me. A memory. Her small hand holding mine. "Ma, don't leave me," she had once said, her voice trembling in the dark during a thunderstorm. "I'm here," I had whispered. "Always. Always." The word echoed inside me, and suddenly, I realized something. I had always been there for her, but I had never been there for myself. Slowly, I turned back toward the stage. My legs felt weak, but my heart felt steady. For the first time in years, I wasn't afraid. Not of her. Not of the truth. She was nearing the end of her speech now. And finally, she said, "I want to thank everyone who believed in me when no one else did." The audience leaned in. This was it. Her closing line. Her defining moment. I took a step forward, then another. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears. Loud, unforgiving, honest. And before I could change my mind, I spoke. "Ria." My voice wasn't loud, but in that silence, it cut through everything. She froze. The entire room turned. Eyes shifted toward me. Confusion. Curiosity. Whispers began. Ria's face changed. Not dramatically, just a slight tightening of her jaw. A flicker of discomfort. "Ma," she said quietly, into the microphone this time. The word echoed through the speakers. For the first time that evening, she had said it. "Ma." A strange stillness filled the room. I stepped closer. Not onto the stage, but close enough that she couldn't pretend not to see me. "I'm sorry," I said gently. "I didn't mean to interrupt." My voice trembled slightly, but I didn't stop. I just wanted to hear one thing. The audience was silent now. Listening. Watching. Judging. Ria shifted uncomfortably. "This isn't the place," she began. But I continued. "Just one thing," I repeated softly. I wasn't asking for praise. Or recognition. I wasn't even asking her to tell my story. I just wanted the truth. Her eyes met mine, and for a moment, I saw her again. Not the CEO, not the powerful woman the world admired, but my daughter. The little girl who once held my hand. The one who used to say, "Ma, I'll make you proud." Tears filled my eyes, but I smiled. Because I already was. "I don't need the world to know me," I said quietly. "I don't need applause or credit." My voice steadied. "But tell me, Ria, when you say you built this alone." I paused. Not to create drama, but because the truth deserved space. "Do you really believe that?" The room held its breath. Her grip on the microphone tightened. Seconds passed. Long, heavy, uncomfortable. And then, something broke. Not loudly, not visibly, but I saw it. In her eyes. A crack. Her lips parted, but no words came out. For the first time, she looked unsure, vulnerable, human. The audience shifted. Some whispered. Some watched intently. But none of that mattered. Because in that moment, it was just me and her. Like it had always been. "Ma," she said again. But this time, her voice wasn't steady. It trembled. Just like mine had. She started. Then stopped. Her eyes filled with tears. And suddenly, the strong, confident woman everyone admired looked like a child who had lost her way. "I didn't know how to say it," she admitted finally, her voice barely above a whisper, but the microphone carried every word. I didn't know how to stand here and explain everything you did for me without feeling like I wasn't enough on my own. A murmur spread through the crowd, but I didn't react. I just listened. I was afraid, she continued, tears slipping down her cheeks now. Afraid that if I said I needed you, people would think I didn't earn this. Her words hung in the air, raw, honest, painful. And somewhere along the way, she said, her voice breaking, I convinced myself that pretending I did it alone was easier than admitting the truth. Silence. Deep. Heavy. Real. She looked at me. Not past me. Not through me. At me. I was wrong, she whispered. The microphone caught it. The world heard it. But more importantly, I felt it. She stepped down from the stage. No hesitation this time. No distance. Just steps, straight toward me. Each one undoing years of silence. When she reached me, she didn't stop. She held me, tightly, like she used to, like she meant it. I'm sorry, Ma, she cried into my shoulder. I'm so sorry. My hands slowly rose and wrapped around her, the same way they always had, the same way they always would. I know, I whispered, and I did, because love doesn't need perfection. It just needs truth. The audience began to clap, not loudly, not dramatically, but gently, respectfully, as if they understood that what they were witnessing wasn't success. It was something deeper, something harder, something real. After a moment, she pulled back. Her eyes were red, but clear. She took my hand. And this time, when she walked back toward the stage, she didn't leave me behind. She brought me with her. Standing beside me, she picked up the microphone again. This, she said, her voice still shaking but strong in a different way now, is my mother. She turned to me, the woman who gave up everything, so I could have everything. Tears blurred my vision, but for the first time in years, I didn't feel invisible. I may have built this company, she continued, but she built me. The applause grew louder, warmer, full, but I wasn't listening to them. I was looking at her, my daughter, not perfect, not flawless, but finally, honest. And in that moment, I realized something I had been searching for all along. It was never about the world knowing my name. It was about her remembering it. And now, she finally had.